So that was an interesting piece of testimony as well. He then discussed her dating Elon Musk sometime after she had ended her marriage with Johnny Depp. So let's listen to him talk a little bit about this whole relationship between Amber Heard and Elon Musk.
Did you witness the entire discussion, or did you leave at some point?
I left the next morning at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning.
And Mr. Carino, I'm showing you emails that were produced by you. First, the bottom of the first page, it starts at the bottom of the first page. The string above it was redacted. And you'll see that it starts on August 7th, 2017. Do you see that?
August 7th, 2017, yes.
Having read it, can you determine who you're speaking with in this text exchange?
Amber.
Oh, hang on. Let me ask you this. Do you know whether or not Ms. Heard ever had a relationship with Mr. Elon Musk?
Yes.
She did?
Yes.
So again, it's dated August of 2017. And she says, dealing with breakup, I hate when things go public. See, I'm so sad. Having reviewed the document again, do you have an understanding of what she's referencing there?
I believe she's referring to breaking up with Elon.
You say, seems like a press release. You weren't in love with him, and you told me 1,000 times you were just filling space. What are you saying there?
I'm saying, why would you be sad if you weren't in love with him to begin with?
And by him, you're referring to who?
Elon.
So there's Christian Carino discussing a text exchange he had with Amber Heard back in 2017, where she's saying, you know, or he's saying to her, you didn't even love Elon Musk anyway, so what are you upset about? She also complained about things going public, and he had said to her in another portion of testimony in a text exchange, well, if you don't want your relationships to be public, maybe you shouldn't date famous men. Elon Musk, obviously a famous guy, even before buying Twitter and everything. You know, he's owned Tesla for years. So that was an interesting bit of testimony. And as I mentioned, he said that Amber Heard, as in 2017, and it sounded like even in 2018, possibly wanted to get back together with Johnny Depp. Doesn't sound like Johnny Depp was interested. And then obviously she writes the op-ed in December of 2018.
Now, Anjanette, focusing on Elon Musk for a second, the New York Post is reporting that Elon Musk and James Franco, two witnesses that we were expecting to testify for Amber Heard, are not going to be called anymore, that they are not going to be witnesses in this case. I mean, have you heard anything about that on the ground, and what's your reaction to that? Because I thought they were going to play a critical role.
Well, you know, when they appeared on the witness list and it appeared they may testify via live video link, I think we were all thinking they must be willing to do this. They must be cooperating and supportive of her case, but they can't be compelled to testify. This isn't like a criminal case where a subpoena is issued, and if you don't show up, the judge is going to issue some type of warrant for your arrest. They don't have to do it. And I'm working to still get some details about that, but I am not particularly surprised by this. If you are Elon Musk or James Franco, why would you want to get involved in this if you didn't have to? Why would you put yourself in that position? Because they've moved on. They're no longer dating Amber Heard. We know that they both had relationships with Amber Heard. There is surveillance video of both of them in the elevator with her at the ECB going up to the penthouse. So I don't think this should be a big shock to anyone. I think because they were on the witness list, everybody thought we were going to hear from them. Obviously, according to the Post reporting, and I think it's pretty reliable, we will not.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about, I mean, yeah, I thought they were going to play a critical role in terms of whether she had really any injuries on her face and if they observed any injuries. But focusing on one of the issues for Johnny Depp, with Christian Carino's testimony, yes, he talked about the impact that the allegations had, but from what you gleaned from his testimony, Anjanette, was it clear that the Washington Post article, the 2018 article itself, the words of that article, is what cost Johnny Depp the Pirates movie or anything else?
And you're absolutely right. And I don't think it is clear because he didn't know whether it had an impact or he was unsure. So he didn't say, oh, yeah, it was the Washington Post op-ed. And that's what this case is about. Yes, it's about the domestic violence allegations because she made the allegations in 2016 and she wouldn't have ever become a public figure representing domestic abuse, as she wrote in the Washington Post op-ed, had she not made those allegations and had they not become public. However, did that op-ed, was that the cause? Was that what forced Disney to say, or had, made Disney come out and say, we're not dealing with him anymore. He's out. So we still don't have the answer to that question. I think only somebody from Disney or somebody involved with the film, the franchise, could answer that question.
Well, that's a good question in the sense that with the witnesses that, on the witness list that we have, or the idea of who we might expect to testify to support Johnny Depp's case, do we have any idea who might be some more of the witnesses that would testify this week before Johnny Depp wraps up his case?
I have a feeling I know that we're going to hear from Laura Wasser, his divorce attorney, who was representing him in the divorce proceedings with Amber Heard. Her videotape deposition was playing yesterday, and that will conclude this morning. I think we'll hear from more members, possibly of the security team for Johnny Depp. He has, it appears, a pretty large team of bodyguards, security team members. And then we may hear from somebody from the ACLU who might testify about Amber Heard pledging to give her divorce settlement to both the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. But when in the opening statement, you'll recall, for Amber Heard, Ben Rottenborn talked about how Disney already had like a stack of articles or a file on Johnny Depp, and none of those articles included the Washington Post op-ed. And he's claiming, Rottenborn and Heard, her team, they claim this wasn't even on the radar for Disney, this op-ed. And so that's what this case is about. Yes, it's about the abuse allegations and whether or not they're true. But did the op-ed tip the scales? We don't know. So,
Anjan, I'm going to let you run into court because I know you need to find a spot. Real quick before I let you go, if you can tell us, how is the line today? Is there still an intense interest? Was it tough getting in?
I was thinking I might not make the cut for the 100. I was number 88. I got here at 6:30. And there are people getting here, Jesse, as you know, at 2 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. Wow. And they have blankets, and they're just standing here. I don't know if they're sleeping against the wall at some point in time. But there were people even behind me. So there were probably people who, I know there are people who weren't going to get in. So the line was longer than yesterday, but nothing like it was on Monday.
Incredible. Even with, Johnny Depp not on the stand, people want a front row seat to this case. Anjanette, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and excellent reporting as always. We're going to hear Anjanette later on in the day during the lunch break. Anytime we can get a chance to speak to Anjanette about what is happening in that courtroom, it's always a gift to all of us. So let's take a very quick break on our end. When we come back, we'll focus all on Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard.